Takshashila Mahavidyalaya, Amravati, Mahavidyalaya, Darapur, Department of Social Science, Department of Social Science in collaborations with Academic Excellence Committee. All these institutes come under the umbrella of Shri Dadasaheb Gawai Charitable Trust. I extend a very, very warm special welcome to our dignitaries, Dr. N.T. Kamble, who is a professor, Shirur Tajman Ahmadpur from Latur. He will be talking to us on introduction to scope and research methodology. Dr. Ghansham S. Elne, Professor and Director, Swami Vivekananda Mahavidyalaya, School of Social Science, Swami Ramnath Tirth, Marathwada University, Nanded. He will be guiding us on the topic of data processing. I also extend my welcome to Professor P.R.S. Rao, who is the spine of the Charitable Trust. Dr. Mallu Padwal sir, Dr. Anjan Kumar Saya, Dr. Professor Ashwanta Harndi sir. I welcome Dr. Varsha Gawande, who is the head of the Academic Excellence Cell, Mr. Sachin Pandit, who is the coordinator of Academic Excellence at the trust level. So as I said, we are discussing here today the emerging trends in research methodology. As such, two learned people from our society, Dr. Bogbade sir, Dr. Anbore sir, and Dhakre sir have already given us a little light on the topic and has really beautifully explained it. Undoubtedly, we are all academicians and we do understand the importance of research. So I really need not speak on this. We all know that if we have to get into further more development at all level, economic level, social level, research and understanding more, going from unknown to known is very, very imperative. So the importance of it is definitely known to all of us. And we have two eminent personalities who are going to guide on us as to further how we get more advanced in research methodologies. However, just as a normal human being who is not an expert in the field, when I take a glance at the industry today, I find that research is getting more coordinated, collaborative. We find many institutes, many researchers, they come together and they get into doing more in-depth research. There's a very coordinated effort that goes on. And this, I can say it because I come from an industry, I come from a pharma industry. My past background is from pharmaceuticals. And I see these collaborations happening more in the field of sciences. And people are studying about diseases. People are studying together. I mean, you have 2-3 more companies. We have international collaborations where we do joint research on new challenges in terms of health that are coming and new solutions towards that. In fact, India is doing pretty well as far as collaborative research is concerned. National Library of Medicines, in fact, ranks India 12th globally. And in terms of domination on citation, we are really doing well, which only shows that we are doing very qualitative research. In fact, our research, the quantity of papers in China would be much more. But when it comes to India, we have a qualitative research. Second trend that I see here is the socio-economic impact. Now, we stay in a society which has urban population, rural population, so everything has to be studied separately. I mean, any kind of a decision can have far-reaching, can have lots of impact, far-reaching impacts on various fields. Like, for example, if you have to close a factory, then there is a proper research that has to be done before coming out with a solution or with a decision to close a factory, because that would have a far-reaching effect in terms of economy, in terms of displacement of people, in terms of people wanting to leave the place and crowding the cities. So these are kind of lots of trends that are happening in the society. And of course, we all know, Bobre sir has spoken about it, and Bore sir has spoken about it, that this is a era of technology. Technology, we are very, very superior than what we were before. So today, the technology is a biggest boon to us. I mean, you have search engines where you can search very fast. But at the same time, what you need to understand is that the speed is also becoming a challenge. Because if you have 2-3 people researching on a similar kind of a project, anyone who is fastest in reaching and getting the information gets an edge. So we need to really learn this, how to use the technology, how to use the search engines, and how to keep and cope up with the speed of each other. Today, as I said, we have a very, very knowledgeable panel of speakers. Dr. Kamble, Dr. Ghansham Elne, they would, I'm sure, give us more light and more information in terms of educating us on the emerging trends in the research methodology. I'm sure we all are quite eager to hear him. I now formally inaugurate this one-day online seminar on emerging trends in research methodology. My best wishes and thank you to the entire team members of the 3 colleges, their principals, and the members of organizing committee, Dr. Bobre, Dr. Dandge, Professor Maske, Dr. Anbore sir, Dr. Khedkar, Professor Hadole, Dr. Dhakde, Dr. Alone, Professor Wankhede, Professor Shri. I congratulate you all for having this collaborative effort in terms of having this seminar. All the best to all of you all, and may we all benefit from this one-day online webinar. Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Thank you, Tai. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Tai. Your valuable guidance on the topic will inspire us. Your presence and guidance is very valuable for all of us. Again, thank you. I call upon Dr. Dhakde sir to express the vote of thanks of this inaugural session. Dr. Dinesh Dhakde.
Good afternoon all. I am here to express the vote of thanks of the inaugural session. I express my gratitude to Honorable Kirtitai Arjun, President Shri Dadasaheb Gawai Charitable Trust, Amravati, for inaugurating this national workshop. Tai, your guidance is always always useful for all us. It really a matter of privilege that we are working under your able leadership. Once again, thank you so much, Tai. I hand over the mic Dr. Ambore sir for the further proceeding.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sadhakre sir. Now, dear participants, today's first session's resource person, Professor Dr. Kamble sir, could not attend this workshop due to health reason. I wish him speedy recovery, where the show must go on. So, we will move to the second key speaker, Dr. Elnesar. Dr. Elnesar from Swami Ramananda Tirtha, Marathwada University, Nanded. Sir is popular with the academic world. To give the introduction of Dr. Elnesar, I call upon Professor Praveen Wankhede. Professor Praveen Wankhede will give the introduction of Dr. Elnesar.
Thank you, sir. Madam audible? Thank you, sir. Uh, my great tribute to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Bharat Ratna Dr. Babsaheb Ambedkar, and our impression Shri Dadasaheb Gawai. Today's Shri Dadasaheb Gawai Charitable Trust Amravati organized one-day webinar. Dr. Babsaheb Ambedkar Mahavidyalaya Amravati, Takshashila Mahavidyalaya Amravati, and Ramkrushna Mahavidyalaya Darapur. Department of Social Science and in collaboration with Academic Excellency Committee jointly organized. One day national webinar. In this webinar, inaugurator Honorable Kirtitai Arjun, President Sri Dadasaheb Gawai Charitable Trust Amravati. Today's webinar chairperson Honorable Professor P.R.S. Rao sir, Secretary Sri Dadasaheb Gawai Charitable Trust Amravati, and all the dignitaries and professors. I am glad to hear introduce our today's webinar chief guest, Honorable Dr. G.S. Yende. Respected sir has done lot of the academic work, but I have present here brief introduction today's chief guest, Dr. G.S. Yende, Professor and Director, School of Social Sciences, Swami Ramananda Tirtha, Marathwada University, Nanded. He has worked as a social scientist on a project Maharashtra Rural Credit Project carried out of District Rural Development Agency, Nanded, funded by International Fund for Agriculture Development Committee. He has worked monitoring officer at Mahila Arthik Vikas Mahamandal Limited, Mumbai, Maharashtra Rural Credit Project funded by International Fund by Agriculture Development Committee. He has worked assistant project officer at Chatna Vikas Varda and NGO working on development of women and child rural areas funded by UNICEF and Government of Maharashtra. He has worked project coordinator Matrusai Social Welfare Society and NGO based in Amravati district. The project funded by IGSS Germany on women animation training and program. He has Second merit, certificate of MSW, Sant Gadgewaba Amravati Vidyapit. He has Samman Patra from Bharat Sarkar for organization of effective program under literacy campaign. He has Marathwada Ratna Puraskar given by Shava Maratha Sangatna Maharashtra. He has Vidarbha Ratna Puraskar given by Vidarbha Bhavsar Samaj. He has written newspaper articles and many national and international webinars and research paper. Dynamic personality, today's speaker, we are too much thankful. We got the opportunity to hear the guest. I am too much thankful to organizer to give you, sir. Over to Ambore, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Wankade, for your introduction. Now, without wasting much time, I request the key speaker of this session, Dr. Wellness, sir, to guide us on the topic data processing. Dr. Wellness, sir, please.
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me properly?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. You are very much audible.
I request a technical person, please allow me screen sharing. Who is technical person?
Yes, sir. You are a co-host.
Okay, no problem. My screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. So, very good afternoon, dear friends. Jai Bhim. I am very happy to be here to speak people from Amravati district, Amravati University. I am always happy to speak to the people of Amravati because Amravati, Anjangaon Surji is my native place, and my all childhood days I completed my all education in Amravati city. I
Sir, your voice is not
Sir, you are
audible.
not audible. Sir. Hello, yes, sir.
तुम्ही अनम्यूट हो सर एडने सर
yes. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
yes
Good afternoon, friends. I am very happy to be here on this national webinar organized by Babsaheb Ambedkar Mahavidyalaya and their co-host, because I completed my education from Amravati University and I learned ABCD of Dalit activism. Our great source of inspiration, Dadasaheb Gawai in Congress Nagar. And after completion of my education, I started my services in various organizations. Let me first congratulate organizer for organizing such a wonderful webinar on a theme emerging trends in research methodology. I'm very much thankful to Narayan Kamble sir for recommending my name for this webinar. I am also very much thankful to Anjali Watt continuously talking with me regarding my presentation, my time, my PPT. So I welcome all of you for this national webinar. As far as discussion with organizer, I have been asked to talk about data processing. But while listening a speech by Tai, I come to know here it is a platform where we can talk about emerging trends in research methodology. So on the place of data processing, I will speak about emerging trends in research methodology or in social sciences. As Tai says, we are under the aegis of liberalization, privatization, globalization, and these three activities directly or indirectly impacted on the livelihood of community and society. And because of that, we observe tremendous changes in various areas of our lives. This way, the social sciences is also not far away from the changes. Then as far as social science is concerned, research methodology is a very important part in sociological understanding, sociological academics learning. We all know that, and we are doing research from long ago in a traditional way. But sometimes traditional procedures and activities are not useful in a technological era. The person is not aware about technological understanding, knowledge, tools, techniques. He will be thrown out from the academician. That's why we need to sharpen our knowledge in the technological era. We need to understand what is going on in our field day to day and time to time and moment to moment. We are very much aware that because of social media, a very macro to macro and macro to micro activities come to know within a second, from Delhi to grassroots level villages, and from grassroots level villages to Delhi, and international activities held in America and so on. So keeping in this backdrop in mind, we need to understand what are the emerging trends in research methodology. As far as research is concerned, we begin our research with some sociological concept. That's why, as a sociologist, as a social science academician, we need to understand what are the emerging new concepts in our area. For that, I would like to quote some examples. For example, up to last decade, in our interview schedule, in our questionnaire, we were using word sex, but the word sex is replaced by gender. And because of replacement of word gender, the various concepts like gay, lesbian, eunuchs, transgender come into academia, and that's why we need to understand the meaning of these new terminologies which we are using in gender sociology. Without understanding the meaning of these new terminologies, we cannot go ahead. That's why, as far as the emerging new concept is concerned, whatever new concept is emerging in our area, we need to understand. That's why I have given some example. First example I have given of word sex. Then while working at grassroots level and data collection, we come to know various new concepts as far as education is concerned. If you visit at grassroots level, people says, if you ask question to people or respondent, are you educated? They say, no, we are not educated, but we are Navasakshar. Then what is this Navasakshar concept is we need to understand. I would like to throw a light on it. For you all are aware that Government of India implemented adult education program throughout the India, and many people learn how to make a signature, and this signature is nowadays called a Namasakshar in sociology. That's why we need to understand this type of new terminologies called Navasakshar. Then as far as the concept of marriage is concerned, we always say I'm married, I'm unmarried. But as far as in the metropolitan cities, if you visit, you can get the concept like live in relationship. If you ask a respondent, are you married? They say, no, we are not married. But from last 1 year, from last 6 months, we are living in relationship. And if we feel better, we feel happy, then we are planning to get married after short time. So such a way, a new concept I observed in Bid district, that is called gate-kin marriages. Actually, gate-kin marriage is an illegal concept which is not allowed in sociology, but it is happening in the arena of Bid, Usmanabad and Marathwada region. Because this region is backward region and people are migrating from Usmanabad and Bid as a sugarcane cutter to other states. And as far as the sugarcane cutting is concerned, the whatever jobs is getting to not to individual, the job is getting to a couple. This couple is called Koita. And that's why in that region, I observed that a girl of 12 years and a boy of 15 years getting marriage in presence of their mama, mommy, their papa, mommy, illegally, and they have been called Koita. And after that, they are in a position to get job. So this is also a new concept, what we call gate-kin marriage. While preparing a human development report of Bid district with the help of Government of Maharashtra, we observe these new things. That's why, as a sociologist, we need to understand these emerging new concepts like live-in relationship, get-in marriage. It might be also happen sometime our student can contact with us and saying that I would like to do research on this specific topic. If you are not aware about this topic, it's very difficult to answer your student. That's why, as a modern academia, we need to understand whatever new concepts are emerging in sociology. The same way, I also observed, or you also might be reading in newspaper, the concept called surrogated mother. Without going for pregnancy, you can get kids by paying some money. This is also a new emerging area for the study of sociology. That's why this type of concept we need to understand. Then in sociology and economics, the terms, different type of terms, what we call tractorization, is also using by some researcher and agriculturalist, because whatever traditional agriculture we have, we can conduct all the agriculture activities with the help of bullocks, bullock carts, then whatever wakharni, davarni, and whatever traditional instruments we have. But after agriculture revolution, the tractor has been introduced, and this tractor replaced all our traditional instruments. And that's why the concept called tractization is emerged in economics and sociology. That's why we also need to understand this type of new concept like tractization, so that we can use these new terms while doing our research, while writing a research paper for publication. Then we all are very much acquainted and habitual with mobile, and mobile having a different type of language. The next generation are very much influencing by this language. For if they want to say thanks, they use word TX, thanks, shortcut. If they want to say good night, they will use word GN. Then if they want to say good morning, they will use word GM. As a faculty of social sciences, when I come to know this new generation is using this type of new languages, smileys are there, thumbs are there, then the meaning of this thumb, the meaning of this TX, GN, GM is also need to understand. Otherwise, you cannot do research with current masses or with current respondents. Then as far as economics is concerned, the new currencies is also emerging, like a digital currency called Bitcoin. Then economics, nowadays we have a digital gold. Now there is no need to go goldsmith to purchase your gold. With the help of your mobile, just you can put finger and you can purchase digital gold. Even you can purchase Bitcoin or digital currency by paying online payment. But what is the Bitcoin? Is it illegal or is it illegal? Digital gold is useful or not? How the procedures are going on? We need to understand this new emerging concept like Bitcoin, digital gold. Otherwise, we will be in a traditional research mode and we will not accompanying with modern research of present situation. Then once we decide what terms, what concept we can use, we will go ahead with the chapter called research methodology. Up to last decade, we are very much actively using quantitative research methodologies. Under that, we had been use simple table, cross table, simple graphs, and we will present our data, whatever we collected. But this quantitative research methodology is nowadays a traditional one, and in new academia, it having a very less importance. And that's why we need to understand what are the methodologies replaced by this quantitative research methodology. As far as the emerging trends is concerned, in present situation, people are using qualitative research methodology. As far as qualitative research methodology is concerned, the researcher, the investigator are using case studies of the concerned respondent to explain the things in their thesis, in their research paper. And that's why qualitative research methodology is an emerging area in research methodology paradigm. Then as far as another method is called mixed method. In this method, people are using data of sample size like 300, 400, and 500 people. In addition to that, they are also using some case studies because various measures are there to measure the concept. For example, if you want to measure empowerment, how the women are empowered, we do not have any instrument. We can understand, we can imagine, we can feel how the women are empowered. For that, case studies are used. So this method is called mixed method, in which researchers can use data plus case studies. This is also a new trend in the research methodology. Then another methodology nowadays is there in academia, which is called process documentation. As far as various activities happens in the society, it requires some time, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. As far as social change is concerned, social change cannot come within a moment or within an hour. It's required a long time. So such a way, if you want to do research on this type of activities, where we can use process documentation, in which you can document a process from day 1 to last day of that activity. This type of research is called process documentation, and this is also a new emerging area in research methodology. Then another word is there in sociological research or in research methodology, that is called ethnographic studies. For example, if you would like to understand issues associated with tribals, tribal community, villagers, village agrarian crisis, farmer suicides, researchers are nowadays using ethnographic studies. Ethnographic studies is also nothing but a qualitative research based on case studies. Then another concept is called participant observation method. Sometimes we are reading the concept in books, we are hearing the news, but as per as news and reading is not make your mind clear about various concepts. So that understanding requires direct participation in the community. That's why the concept called participant observation is also emerged in present scenario. In this research, researchers are supposed to go there where his university is, and he can stay there a long time and process the document, understand the activities, understand the culture, understand the issues associated with research topic. I read somewhere that 1 or 2 researchers had did their research on pickpocketers, and to understand pickpocketer concept very well, he become a pickpocketer and stay in the community for 1 year. And after completion of that 1 year observation in that community, he came back and he has written his thesis on pickpocketing in Bombay City. This is the method what we call participant observation. Then as far as research is concerned, we all academicians, researcher, professor always applying for the research fund. And if you have prepared a simple research proposal, nowadays we are not in a position to get funds from ICSSR, Indian Council for Social Science Research, or University Grant Commission. So this funding agencies nowadays saying they want policy research. The research which will be useful in the policy preparation in future, we will fund that type of research. Otherwise, we will not fund it to general research proposals. So this policy research is also a new emerging area in research methodology. That's why as a researcher, as a sociologist, as a social scientist, we need to read about and understand about the policy research, what is meant by policy research, how we can conduct policy research, how we can go, how much time we required for this policy research. We need to understand macro and micro corners of the concept. That's why I have thrown some light on the research methodologies nowadays we are using in research. 1 minute, please. I'm missing my battery. Then methods of data collection is concerned. Normally in traditional research, we are using two methods, what we call primary methods and secondary methods. Under the head of primary methods, we were using observation method. Then we were using interview schedule. Then we were also using questionnaire. And a subject like psychology, we were using projective techniques. And for data collection in qualitative research, we are using checklist. Then as far as secondary data method is concerned, we are very much acquainted and knowledgeable about previous research at what we call review of literature. Then we use in our research official statistics made available by government agencies. Then I already said that there is a social media is very powerful. That's why some time of data comes published in mass media products. We are also that using. Then in autobiographical study, we are using diaries and letters written by one person to another person. For example, a letter written by Dr. Babsaheb Ambedkar to Gandhiji, or a letter written by Gandhiji to Dr. Babsaheb Ambedkar. So that letter shows some conversation between two parties, and that indicates some things. We were using that letters also. Then there are various government reports like census report. Under this census report, if you will visit www.census.in.org, you will get the data of whole India on the basis of caste, gender, the economic condition, agricultural condition, below poverty line, non-below poverty line. This type of all reports we were using for traditional methods of data collection. Then we have also historical data and information method we are using in historical research. But there is a quite shift from data collection method. Now, as far as a primary data collection method is concerned, there is emergence of phone interview. Now, there is no need to go person to person. You can collect the phone numbers of concerned person and you can take appointment of that person and have a dialogue with him on phone, and you can collect your data in present situation. Then in traditional method, we were using interview schedule or questionnaire for data collection. That has been replaced by Google link. You might be very much aware during last 2 years in Corona, you are very much acquainted the knowledge of Google form and Google link. That's why you should be aware about this new mechanism. You can learn that and you can use this Google link type of forms for data collection. It is also an emerging trend in data collection methods, which comes under primary method. Then as far as the issues associated with community and society, it's very difficult to contact person to person. That's why we have nowadays a focus group interview method is come into existence. Under this, we will visit the village, we will visit the community, and we discuss the issues with people gathering according our objective and our hypothesis. And we complete our research on the basis of focus group interview. There are various softwares available nowadays. You might be experienced that last national sample survey or data collection under NSS census, all the teachers have been provided small pad and small laptops, and that laptops having a software developed by Government of India. Under that software, you can observe various windows, and that windows you can enter your name, you can enter your age, you can enter your gender, you can enter your economic condition, and automatically the data will be showed in the software, and you will get information in the evening how much people have been contacted for census, and moment to moment and time to time you can get data of village level, taluka level, district level, state level. This is a very useful software. This type of software also available for the researchers in sociology. Otherwise, you can purchase, or you can, with the help of software engineer, you can develop your own software for your data collection. Then the second part of data collection, what we call secondary methods. In previous days, when I did my PhD, I had been to Tata Institute of Social Sciences and various libraries. It's a very time-taking process, and you have to take letter from your organization. You have to visit the libraries, and you have to read out. You have to take xerox. You have to take notes. But this technology makes this all with the help of web information. InfluentNet is there. The website like JSTOR, the website like LibGen. Please mute out. कृपया तुमचे माइक बंद करा. It's disturbing me. As far as secondary method is concerned, nowadays there is a explosion of information on Google. You can just put the word in Google engine and you will get pages, 10,000 pages, 20,000 pages, 10 lakhs pages. But out of that, which information is useful, we need to understand and we can use. Then InfluentNet is provided to all the libraries of universities and colleges from Bangalore. With the help of this InfluentNet, you can browse.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sir, please slide जे आहे ते चेंज कराल.
आता बदलले? बदलत आहे का?
नाही बदलत नाहीये, एकच दिसत होते. तुम्ही चेंज कराल.
Let me. बदलते?
हा, आता ठीक आहे.
हा.
ओके सर, ओके, थँक्यू सर.
ही दिसली का अगोदर?
नाही सर, रिपीट नव्हती हो, आपला चेंज नव्हती होत.
बर, ठीक आहे, आपण इथे होतो.
हा, ठीक सर, ठीक. थँक्यू सर.
हा. There is a tremendous change in emerging trends of data collection method. We have various technological tools and instruments available nowadays. That's why, as a sociologist, we need to understand what is phone interview, what is Google link, what is focus group interview, then what are the softwares, how we can get this software, how can we prepare software. Then as far as secondary method is concerned, then web information is available on Google search engines, and various types of engine also available in internet. Then all the libraries of our country associated with InfluentNet Bangalore, and through that you can browse the various libraries from your library itself, from your college. Then there are various engines like JSTOR, LibGen. The books which having cost of 10 lakhs rupees, you can get free from LibGen and JSTOR through your official email address. Then there is a facility called Google Lens. If you can use Google Lens, from that Google Lens you come to know where that specific tool, that specific matter, that specific book is available in market. You can collect that, or you can buy that with the help of Google Lens. बदलते हैं, स्लाइड बदलते हैं.
हो सर,
Yes,
हो,
sir.
yes.
Then
Yes,
we will go to the third part of our PPT, that is data processing. In traditional method, whenever we collected data from field, we were using following 5 steps. That is editing of data, then coding of data, then recoding of data. Then on the basis of data, we will prepare code book, and on the basis of code book, we are supposed to use preparation of master chart. Code book is look like this. We are very much aware about how to prepare code book and how to prepare master chart. This is the example of code book. Whatever variables you have to convert the responses of your variables in word. The giving word or giving a number to this verbal information is called coding. For example, you can observe designation. Under that designation, you can observe worker, supervisor, and manager, 3 categories. And I have been given a number 1, 2, 3. This way, we are using to give numbers to the data which we issued in interview schedule or questionnaire. And on the basis of that code book and the data which we have in scattered form in 200, 300, and 500 interview schedule, on the basis of that, we will use master chart. The master chart, the example of master chart is there in front of your screen. These all are the traditional methods, and it having some limitation. You can prepare or you can analyze your data up to 100 or 200 respondents with the help of graph paper. Otherwise, if you collect the data of 300, 400, 500 people, you have to sleep down on graph paper, and it's very difficult to fill up the numbers in graph paper. And that's why, because of this limitation, nowadays we have a technology available for us for our modern research. Now this master chart, what we call graph paper, is replaced by Excel program. You can enter your data with the help of code book in Excel sheet, and you can analyze your data as you want, as per your objectives and your hypothesis. Then there are various softwares available in market. Softwares like R software. It is a free software made available by Government of India. Yes, we need to understand and learn this software. As you learn this software, you can analyze and process your data with the help of this R software. Then there is a Google data output. We are very much experienced the Google Sheet during last 2 years. With the help of Google data output, you can get different type of graphs and different types of tables. You can use that tables and graph in your research. Then very much popular word called SPSS, Statistical Package for Social Sciences, is very much popular in social sciences research, but it is little bit costly affair. Cost of this software is 5 lakhs rupees. If you are not in a position to purchase a software called SPSS in 5 lakhs rupees, you can get a trial version. Otherwise, you can upload your data with this website. They will charge, and you will get your output of data which you have been covered in your research. So this type of 21 different types of software in which Statistica is also there, available on website. And in modern research, if you say I'm not aware about SPSS, I'm not aware about computer, I'm not aware about Excel program, this might be difficult and dangerous for to survive in the academia. That's why as the emerging trends, we need to understand what are various softwares there in the market and how we can use that in the purpose of research in our day-to-day activities of MPhil thesis, then PhD thesis, and for the publication of research papers in regular activity. Then once we process our data, there are the methods where we traditionally use, that is simple table, cross table, percentage. But this all simple table, cross table, and percentage is replaced by various index matters. There are index like Human Development Index. With the help of Human Development Index, you can document, or you can understand how the village, how the taluka, how the district, or how the state is developing in various activities. In human development, the formula was based on health, education, and livelihood. And by using these three terms, they develop index called Human Development Index. And on the basis of this Human Development Index, we say that our country is on 28th place in world. Then there is the happiness index. If you want to understand and learn how the people of that specific area is happy, then you can convert your data into happiness index. I would like to say Bhutan is the happiest country in the world. Number one country, what we call Bhutan, with the help of happiness index, it has been come to know to me. Then we always use word women empowerment, the societal empowerment. With the help of traditional data, with the help of our simple table and cross table, we were using explaining the things called empowerment. But nowadays there is a replacement by this empowerment index with various concepts developed by experts. You can empower, you can measure the empowerment of people, empowerment of women, empowerment of livelihood. So these are the new measurements methods available in academia. Then as far as various issues is concerned in research, nowadays we have sociometrics and econometrics available. With the help of the sociometrics and econometrics, you can explain the things in a very proper manner, and you can calculate your findings and conclusion. So, as far as this measurement is concerned, we need to understand various measurements available in present context. Otherwise, we are very much involved in traditional research. We need to go ahead from traditional research to modern research. That's why, as far as the modern research is concerned, we need to understand these new all the measurement methods. Then you can see this is a software called SPSS. With the help of this software, you can enter your data in this software, and with the help of this software, you can get different types of taste and different type of output. As far as output is concerned, you can use a simple table, cross table, descriptive statistics, Bayesian statistic, compare mean, ANOVA test, general linear model, generalized linear models, mixed model, correlation, regression, log linear, classification, dimension, reductions. There are various scales, non-parametric tests. These type of various measures nowadays researchers are using in their research paper and in MPhil and PhD thesis. So that's why these new measurement methods we need to understand as a new trend in research methodology. Otherwise, we will be thrown out from research area. Then another paradigm I observe in research methodology. There are various research agencies available in the market. You can contact with them. They will work for you. They will provide you synopsis. They will provide you interview schedule. They will provide you questionnaire. Whatever you want, they will provide, but they will charge you as per as your data and your synopsis, and even the very dark story of present scenario research. You can get MPhil and PhD thesis. This is not a good thing in present era, but this is also happening. That's why, as a researcher, we need to understand, because we are sometimes evaluator of MPhil or PhD thesis. That's we should understand the thesis written by student and this thesis written by agency. We should differentiate it, and you can make comment on it as per our observation. Then there is a various data experts available in the IT sector. You can just hand over your 300, 400, 500, 10,000, 15,000, 1 lakh interview schedule to this data expert. They will enter your data in Excel sheet or SPSS, and they will give you output. But they are professional in IT sector, but we are person active in social sciences. Our concepts are something different. Their concepts are something different. That's why our needs are not getting matching with this IT people's output. That's why it having also limitation, but it is available. Then professional investigators, like students who are having MSW background, they are professional. They are called as a professional investigator. They can go to field and collect data, and they will provide you filled up interview schedule and questionnaire. Then there is a computer data entry experts. Whatever data you have, just you can visit to the computer agency. They will help you to data entry for your research. Then there are new words called big data management. There is a courses having cost of 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakhs rupees. With the help of that class, that education, you can be a master of big data management, and from 1 to 10 lakhs and crores data you can analyze with the help of software. Then there is a plagiarism software. It has been observed in academia that people are doing cut and paste. To stop that, University Grant Commission make it compulsory to sort out your thesis with the help of plagiarism software, and every university having his guideline regarding plagiarism. As far as my university is concerned, we are allowed 30% cut paste. Pune University allowed 10%, and different universities having different type of plagiarism percentage. So these are the various new issues coming in research methodology. That's why we need to understand this also and keep in mind that we should go ahead with these all issues. So this is as a academia during the last 27 years, what I have been experienced, I have been read. Just I have thrown light on all the issues which is emerging in research methodology. This is from my side. If anybody having any questions, please ask me here. I will stop here. Over to technical person. Hello. If participant having any questions, any doubt, we can entertain 4 or 5 questions. Anjali, Dr. Anjali.
Yes, sir.
Is there any question from respondent side, participant side? If they are having any question, just you can unmute all the participants and allow them to ask their doubts and queries, please.
Oh, yes.
I think, Dr. Elden sir, you have clarified all the doubts of the participants, and that is why nobody is there to ask you any question.
Okay, then no problem.
No query. Ambore sir, go ahead.
Otherwise, we will stop here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, Dr. Elne sir, for guiding us on a very important topic on the new trends in research methodology.
Dr. Yelne sir, please stop your PPT presentation.
And research on data analysis. Your scholarly speech and presentation will help to all the researchers. Now I call upon Dr. Anjali Watman to propose the vote of thanks of his session. Dr. Anjali Watman. Dr. Anjali Watt to propose the vote of thanks of this session.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Good afternoon to everyone who have joined the webinar. Our Honorable President, Mrs. Kirtitai Arjun, respected Secretary, Professor P.R.S. Rao, sir, our today's resource person of the webinar, Dr. Ghanshyam Yelne, sir, and all the participants. It's great pleasure for me to get the opportunity to express my gratitude towards all the honorable persons present today's webinar. I thank Honorable Kirtitai Rajesh Arjun that she took time for her busy schedule and graced the dais. Thank you, Tai. I extend my gratitude to Honorable Secretary Rao sir to encourage us with his presence. Our special thanks to Professor and Director Dr. Ghanshyam Yelne sir. Yelne sir is a very neat personality and well-known personality in sociology. He accepted our invitation very easily. Thank you, sir. And to make the session, we touch all the aspects of new trends in methodology and data processing. And my heartiest thanks to all participants and all the principals of 3 colleges, Dr. Mallu Padwal sir, Dr. Anjan Kumar Sahai sir, Principal Dr. Yashwant Harne sir, and our academic excellency head, Dr. Varsha Gawande madam. A special thanks to all the teachers and the students who have joined the webinar. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, the president of this workshop, Honorable Professor P.R.S. Rao, sir, Secretary, Shri Dadasaheb Gawai, Charitable Trust Amravati, is a guiding light for all of us. His guidance and instructions are very useful to make success all the programs in Shri Dadasaheb Gawai Charitable Trust family. I request Professor Rao, sir, to give his presidential remark.
Thank you, Dr. Amure. At the outset, I offer my tributes to the father of Indian Constitution, Bharat Ratna Dr. Babsaheb Ambedkar, and also my tributes to our guiding light and spirit, former Governor of Bihar and Kerala, Shri Dadasaheb Gawai. I remember a great woman from social sciences who has done her research in political science on Vipassana and administration. Our founder president of the trust, Honorable I, Dr. Kamal Gawai. In the morning, we have started this national online webinar on the topic Emerging Trends in Research Methodology, which has been jointly organized by Dr. Babsaheb Ambedkar Mahavidyalaya Amravati, Takshashila Mahavidyalaya Amravati, Ramkrushna Mahavidyalaya Darapur, in collaboration with Academic Excellency Shri Dadasaheb Gawai Charitable Trust Amravati. And it has been rightly inaugurated by our Honorable President, a great visionary lady, Honorable Mrs. Kirtitai Rajesh Arjun, who has great hold name in the field of corporate and also education and social aspect. And in her inaugural speech, she emphasized, and she has rightly said, as an academician, we learn the importance of research. And for that purpose, she has rightly taken one example that how we are going to choose the topic. And when we choose the topic, what type of data we are going to collect to do the research in that particular field. And for this example, she has taken, if you are going to close a factory, and as we all know, today the government is handing over maximum number of government undertaking factories to the private sector. Now, this is going to be the topic for the future research. And as such, Honorable Kirtitai has emphasized on this topic. She has also said, we are doing qualitative research in India while quantitative research is going on in China. Thank you, Honorable Tai. You have rightly put the platform open. And as she has focused on the topic, what type of data we have to collect. And just now, since last 1 hour, we were listening a very scholarly, learned lecture by Honorable Dr. Ghanshamji Elne from Ramanand Tirtha University, Nanded. Dr. Elne, he has put a lot of emphasis and he has elaborated how we are going to start our research. And for that purpose, he has used the terminology sociological understanding. Yes, this is a beautiful word. When we are entering in the field of research, first of all, we have to find out the sociological understanding. And for that purpose, he has said there are the traditional process for a long time, which has been implemented, is not going to be acceptable, and we have to move towards technology. Honorable Kirtitai also focused on technology, and Honorable Dr. Elne sir has also focused on technology. He has talked about ethnographic research, policy research, and many things, and also gave us for data collection primary method, secondary methods like phone interview, Google link, focus group interview, then softwares, then InflibNet, JSTOR, LibGen, Google Lens, and all these parts. Dr. Elne, really you have opened a new window, a new horizon to show the emerging trends. So when we talk about research and research methodology, we found out that research is a common thread running through all kinds of professions and pursuits. From ancient Rome right up to the present day, if you practice research, you are part of the long list of people throughout history, all dedicated to find new knowledge and ideas that ultimately make the world a better place. Now, when this topic has been selected, emerging trends in research methodology. So what is going to happen in the new era? Just now, last 2 years, we have gone through a different phase of human life due to COVID-19. Many sociological, then political, then geographical, historical, many things came at fore. So how to deal with all these problems? When we talk about that, research methodology for social sciences, it provides guidelines for designing and conducting evidence-based research in social sciences and interdisciplinary studies using both qualitative and quantitative data. We all know we are going towards new education policy 2020. Now, when this is going to be implemented, recently we have got a letter from the UGC that we have to focus on interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary education. Now, when we think about all these things, naturally, what type of research we have to impart? First, research is becoming more complex, collaborative activity. Second, there is growing focus on the real world application, as it has been said by Honorable Tai and also Dr. Elne sir, that we have to think about the real world, societal impact, and commercial return of academic research. As Dr. Elne has rightly said, policy research, we are focusing on policy research. When the agencies are providing funds, now they think the research, whether it is going to be utilized. That is return of academic research. And thirdly, technology has growing importance as a tool to enable more complex and collaborative research across disciplines, all type of disciplines. Now, if you found out the history of social sciences, we know in the academic world, social sciences is a big field comprising of many subjects. History is there, political science is there, economics is there, sociology is there, so many things. And when we have to collectively think about that, the history of social sciences has origin in the common stock of Western philosophy and shares various precursors, but began most internationally in the early 19th century with the positivist philosophy of science. Most times, quantitative studies ask very focused, narrow research questions that relate directly to the data. Researchers should be able to generalize results. So conclusions drawn from one particular study can be applied to similar situations. According to Sarvanal, it is because in India, social problems are many more and much complex as compared with developed countries. Country like India cannot spare funds for research because needs of in other walks of life are much pressing and require immediate attention than research. We know always people used to shout at the larger platforms that Indian universities, Indian funding agencies are not providing funds in research. Why? This is the social aspect which we have to study. It is really a very wonderful, wonderful afternoon when we are talking about research methodology in social sciences. I remember the quotes by Terry Pratchett, award-winning British science fiction and fantasy author. He said, the best research you can do is talk to people. That is the need-based research. When you talk to people, you will understand the problem and on which you have to work. If you are coming to a conclusion for finding out a solution to resolve their problem, then that becomes a policy research. Nothing has such power to broaden the mind as the ability to investigate systematically and truly all that comes under the observation in life. Said by a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. What he said, nothing has such power to broaden the mind as the ability to investigate systematically. What is research? Research is by far nothing but to do investigation systematically in a particular format, observe properly, and find out the conclusion which can be useful for the mankind and coming generations. Research is something that everyone can do and everyone ought to do. It is simply collecting information and thinking systematically about it, said by great Australian sociologist Rayon Connell. That means research is not only limited for the academicians. Even common people also go in that. Only thing is they will not be awarded degree, PhDs, but they can perform the research. Market research are there. Living standard research are there. How we deal with people, that research is there. You can perform that. It is a capital mistake to theorize before one has a data. Just now we have got Dr. Erne who talked about data collection. And on that, Arthur Conan Doyle, a very famous British crime writer, he once said, it is a capital mistake to theorize before one has data. First of all, when we put anything in theory, we must have to collect data. So all these things we have to learn and utilize as an academicians, as a scholarly students. We have to perform all these things in the longer run. The organizing committee comprising of Academic Excellency Head, Dr. Varsha Gawande, Academic Excellency Coordinator, Mr. Sachin Pandit, Dr. Om Prakash Bobde, Dr. Pradeep Ambore, Pradhyapak Dr. Dinesh Dhakde, then Dr. Anjali Watt, and Dr. Professor Maske, Professor Sandeep Hadole, Dr. Bodhade Madam, and all rest of the others, and technical committee, Dr. Pete Madam, Dr. Sandeep Khandare, and all who have joined in hands in making it a great success. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable guidance through your presidential speech. Now, to express overall vote of thanks of this workshop, I invite Professor Prakash Maske sir of Ramkrushna Mahavidyalaya Darapur. Professor Maske sir will give the vote of thanks of this workshop.
Thank you, sir. Shri Dadasaheb Gawai Charitable Trust, Amravati, Dr. Babsaheb Ambedkar Mahavidyalaya Amravati, Takshashila Mahavidyalaya Amravati, और रामकृष्ण महाविद्यालय दारापुर, Department of Sociology, in collaboration with Academic Excellence Committee, jointly organized one-day national level online workshop on emerging trends in research methodology. यह वर्कशॉप जो आज संपन्न हुआ, इस वर्कशॉप के इनॉग्रेटर हमारे ट्रस्ट के सम्माननीय अध्यक्षा मिस कीर्तिताई आर अर्जुन, इन्होंने इस नेशनल लेवल वर्कशॉप का उद्घाटन करके और हमें रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी के बारे में अपने विचारों से अवगत कराया। इसलिए मैं उनका शुक्रिया करना चाहूँगा। इस वेबिनार के प्रेसिडेंट Honorable Professor P.R.S. Rao sir, Secretary Shri Dadasaheb Charitable Trust. सर का मैं शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूँगा कि सर ने इस वेबिनार का प्रेसिडेंट रहकर और साथ ही रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी के संदर्भ में जो नई जानकारी है, जो विभिन्न ट्रेंड अभी इस संदर्भ में आए हैं, उनसे हमें अवगत कराया और हमारे बहुमूल्य विचार उनके हमें यहाँ पे दिए। इसलिए मैं सेक्रेटरी सर का शुक्रिया करना चाहूँगा। इस वेबिनार के स्पीकर डॉक्टर के.टी. कांबळे सर, प्रोफेसर स्वामी विवेकानंद महाविद्यालय सिरूर ताजबंद डिस्ट्रिक्ट लातूर, इन्होंने हमें इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ स्कोप एंड रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी के बारे में अपने बहुमूल्य विचार दिए। इसलिए मैं सर का धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा, शुक्रिया करना चाहूँगा। साथ ही इस वेबिनार के दूसरे स्पीकर ऑनरेबल डॉक्टर घनश्याम यलने सर, प्रोफेसर एंड डायरेक्टर ऑफ स्कूल ऑफ सोशल साइंस स्वामी रामानंद तीर्थ मराठवाड़ा यूनिवर्सिटी नांदेड़। सर ने हमें डाटा प्रोसेसिंग के बारे में बहुत ही उपयुक्त जानकारी दी। रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी के संदर्भ में डाटा प्रोसेसिंग की क्या भूमिका है, इस बारे में सर ने हमें बहुत ही अच्छी जानकारी दी। इसलिए मैं सरकार दादासाहेब गवई चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट की ओर से शुक्रिया करना चाहूँगा। इस वेबिनार को संपन्न करने के लिए जिन लोगों ने मेहनत की, उनमें इस वेबिनार की एडवाइजरी कमेटी, इन सभी कमेटी के मेंबर्स का मैं शुक्रिया करना चाहूँगा। डॉक्टर मल्लू पडवाल सर, प्रिंसिपल ऑफ तक्षशिला महाविद्यालय अमरावती, डॉक्टर अंजन कुमार साय सर, प्रिंसिपल ऑफ डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब अम्बेडकर महाविद्यालय अमरावती, प्रोफेसर यशवंत जी हरणे, प्रिंसिपल ऑफ रामकृष्ण महाविद्यालय दारापुर, डॉक्टर वर्षा गावंडे, चीफ ऑफ एकेडमिक एक्सेलेंसी श्री दादासाहेब गवई चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट अमरावती। साथ ही मैं शुक्रिया करना चाहूँगा इस वेबिनार की ऑर्गेनाइजिंग कमेटी का। इस कमेटी के मेंबर डॉक्टर ओम प्रकाश जी बोबडे, डॉक्टर एस.एन. डांगे मैडम, प्रोफेसर एस.एम. हाडोड़े, डॉक्टर ए.आर. वाट मैडम, डॉक्टर पी.एल. अंबोरे सर, डॉक्टर पी.डब्ल्यू. खेड़कर सर, प्रोफेसर पी.एन. वानखडे सर, डॉक्टर एस.एन. ढाकड़े, डॉक्टर कुंदन अलोने सर, प्रोफेसर एस.डी. श्रीखंडे मैडम, इन सभी मेंबर्स का मैं श्री दादासाहेब गवई चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट की ओर से शुक्रिया करना चाहूँगा। आप सब लोगों की मेहनत से, लगन से यह वेबिनार बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से हम कर पाए। साथ ही इस वेबिनार की सक्सेस के लिए इस वेबिनार में शामिल हुए सभी रिसर्च पर्सन, सभी संशोधक, प्राध्यापक, स्टूडेंट, इन सभी का मैं शुक्रिया करना चाहूँगा। आप सब लोगों का सहयोग, आप सभी लोगों का मार्गदर्शन हमें ऐसा ही मिलता रहे, इस आशा के साथ। और हमारे ट्रस्ट के सेक्रेटरी डॉक्टर P.R.S. राव सर और प्रेसिडेंट मिस कीर्ति अर्जुन का मार्गदर्शन हमें यूं ही मिलता रहे, इस कामना के साथ आज के वेबिनार के प्रेसिडेंट डॉक्टर P.R.S. राव सर, इनकी अनुमति से यह वन डे नेशनल लेवल ऑनलाइन वेबिनार यहाँ संपन्न हुआ, ऐसा मैं घोषित करता हूँ। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, Professor Muske. It's really a great that most of the faculties from the introductory speech to this last one have adopted nationalized used language, that is English and Hindi. Congratulations to all the organizing committee.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
आहे मॅडम.